So they say that side hustles are pretty easy and that you can have your cake and eat it too. Today, we're talking about side hustles here on the 5 Squad. All right, guys, welcome back. This is the 5 Squad podcast. For those that do not know who we are, my name is Evan Andrews. This is my astonishing wife, Haley Andrews, and we have a special guest today. You guys heard a little bit about him in the recent few episodes, but we have our son, Logan, here today. Logan, how's it going?
It's good.
It's
Hello?
good? Do you like the awkward wave?
Yes.
Is this cool to do?
Yes.
Does it seem pretty
Are
fun?
you nervous?
Have any of
I
your
am
friends
nervous.
ever been on a podcast before?
I don't think so.
Have you ever seen a podcast before?
No.
Does the name Joe Rogan ring a bell to you?
Not really, no.
So kids at 12 and 13 years old do not know who Joe Rogan is. That's very sad.
Well, he also doesn't have a phone, so
That's true. That's true. And
Poor sheltered
And
child.
everybody out there in the world knows that you don't have a phone because
Yep.
we told them
We
already.
told 'em.
Yeah.
we told him all your dirty laundry.
Yeah. All right, guys. So thank you guys, whoever is joining us out there today. Today on this episode of the 5 Squad, we're talking about side hustles, guys.
Yep.
Side hustles. So I'm going to actually talk to Logan first
Ooh.
about side hustles. So Logan, when we say the word side hustle, what does that mean to you as a 12-year-old?
So something that you do as on the side, not like kind of a part-time job.
part-time.
job. Okay.
Okay.
So could you actually having a part-time job be a side hustle? Or does it have to be something that you just do for yourself?
Well,
Phone a friend.
Phone a friend. Yes. Yes, Regis, I would like to phone a
So
friend.
can you have a full-time side hustle?
I don't think, full-time side hustle would just be a job, wouldn't it?
What if you have like multiple side hustles? Like 1 + 1 = full-time. Yeah,
So like you go from one side hustle to another,
maybe.
then wouldn't it just be a hustle?
Ooh, 12-year-old knowledge on them.
Oh, a hustle.
Well, today we're talking
Funny you say that.
We're talking about side hustles today because your mom having a full-time job and kind of another business. Do you consider your jewelry business a side hustle?
I mean, I don't know. It depends on if the context is positive or negative. Sometimes people think it's, I don't know. I think it's more, I do both full-time. I don't think it's like a side thing.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Well, I like what you just said there because that was going to be one of my main questions for, side hustles, side hustle culture, things like that. And that's why I asked Logan the question that I asked him, because a lot of people think that hustle culture, hustle mentality kind of, means that you kind of get it out of the mud, right? But there's a lot of people who have say that they have a hustler's mentality, but they have a 9-to-5.
Right.
And in their 9-to-5, they have the same mentality that a hustler would have,
right,
in doing whatever they do, but they're doing it just in a different arena, I guess, if that's the right word.
I think hustle culture doesn't have to go with just the side hustle. I think it can go hand in hand with workplace, like 9-to-5 hustle and the side hustle. But I think it just depends on how you have that mentality. You know what I mean?
Well, I think that, I agree with you. I think that, though, in maybe just a few recent handful of years, that the term hustle culture has taken on more of a positive spin.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about 20 years ago when somebody was referred to as a hustler,
right,
it probably was a seedy like kind of thing and not a very positive thing.
Right.
But now, because of the digital and the internet and all of that, and there's so many ways to make money now,
right,
I think it's taken the positive spin for so many in having side hustles or whatever it is.
I don't really find it positive, though. I still see it as kind of a negative.
Why?
Well, I mean, I think people get so burnt out, but they have that like hustle culture mentality, like to keep going, keep grinding. And they don't realize that part of success is taking a break. It's resting. It's, finding that balance. And I think sometimes with hustle culture, you're just going, and you're not really as productive as you can be. Does that make sense?
No, I think so. I think also too a shade of that is in somebody who's an entrepreneur.
Right.
Right. It's shiny object syndrome.
Right.
It's kind of like doing the one thing and then seeing the next thing, and it's like, oh, I can do that too.
Right.
Whether or not the first thing was working or not, but they just see the next thing. It's like the new thing, and they want to add to their bag, if you will.
Yep.
But I wanted to ask Logan, if you could have a side hustle right now, like if you could have something that made you a little bit of money on the weekends or something like that, what would be something that you would see yourself doing as a side hustle?
Well, there's a lot of things, but there's a lot of people at my school actually that sell things like chips and soda and all that stuff.
That'll get you sent to the alternative school. So don't do that.
So people are just buying bags of chips at the store and then reselling them.
It's the same
at
thing.
school?
They'll bring their own stuff and then they'll sell it, and then
So what's the going rate for a bag of chips in the hallway?
like $1.
Okay. And y'all don't have like vending machines or anything in middle school anymore?
No.
I mean, you can buy
got
stuff
rid
at the
of the-
snack. I mean, like through the snack line of the cafeteria, right?
And
Don't they have chips there?
How much do chips cost in the snack line at lunch?
Around $2
What?
actually.
$2
Oh my
to
gosh,
school?
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
The school be getting you guys.
Yeah.
So
Okay, but that's not a side hustle I would recommend.
Okay.
Let's
what else?
try something else.
So when I was a kid,
'cause-
it was mowing lawns. It was raking leaves.
Right. He doesn't like chores.
Cleaning out pools or something. What do you think?
Do you attribute hard work and side hustles together, or no?
Well, yeah, there's a little bit. They're kind of mixed together. They're kind of in the same pot.
Okay. So what about mowing lawns?
I mean, if you make money, then
There you go. There's his answer.
So what about mowing lawns as a chore at home?
well,
Because you don't seem to like to do that when you're not making money.
I mean,
I don't think he's gonna wake up tomorrow and be like, "Let's start a lawn mowing
the
business."
mentality of somebody that I think can survive really well in like a hustle culture is
Me.
somebody that can do it without expecting the money.
Me.
Right? Like they just do it because they can. And yeah, at the root, I guess a hustler hustles for the money, hustles for
I don't think that's
something.
true in every case.
Well, I'm going back to the original
Okay.
hustler. Like, yeah, it was rooted in doing something easy to make a buck. Right.
But I think it's evolving more into you hustle for your why. Like some people
Yeah.
do things like on the side because they want to pay for dance or something. Some
Right.
people do it because they want to go on free trips.
Right.
Some people do it because they, I mean, there's so many reasons that don't always have to be financial. And I think that's where side hustles are really evolving because you can do a lot of different things for different reasons. Like one can be for trips, one can be for, stuff for, I don't know, buying your own clothes and things like that. It doesn't have to all be to get a buck.
Right.
At least that's what I think hustle culture is kind of turning into.
So for me and what I do for a living, I mean, I guess you couldn't really. I mean, I could add in.
You can't
side
add
hustle.
anything
Well,
else.
I just don't have any time. But like, if I'm talking about adding in like quick little things, like there's a lot of little small things like Fiverr stuff that I could do for myself.
No, I think for you would just really get into the affiliate marketing realm because you're getting that residual income without having to really do much. Like
Yeah.
whatever you're using as a
camera
guy, I don't know, whatever, and
yeah.
like sharing those kinds of things, and just you never know
Business tools, things like
I mean, you
that.
can be making money in your sleep if
Yeah.
you're just adding it to what you're already doing.
Yeah.
I think that side hustle is like the most intriguing. The ones that like you're already getting dressed every day. So if you have a link for this or that, it's not like difficult. It's not like ugh.
Well, I guess I don't want to say a negative, but like, how do you get the attention to that thing?
You don't. You just go about whatever it is you're doing, the content that you're posting, and the community that you've built.
You just said it right there. You have
content.
to make content
Ugh.
around that.
Yeah.
And I know that.
But I don't think you don't have to make content around your side hustle. I think you have to make content, and the people that are going to be drawn to certain
Naturally.
aspects, some people might see my jewelry, some people might see my pants,
Right.
some people might see my makeup. You know, it depends, and that allows your target audience to be a lot bigger.
Yeah, you're just saying you don't have to intentionally make it to promote
and I
it.
think that's what's the best thing about the hustle culture in the side hustle realm, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
but they say you can have your cake and eat it too. It's not very easy though. The 9 to 5 and the side hustles, it's a little overwhelming at times.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, I already know based on, how earlier this week went for me and everything, time is not something that a lot of us, I mean, we all have the same amount of time in a day, and it's how well we utilize it and everything. But
sometimes you want to do all the things and you don't have enough time. And how do you pick which one's the most important when they're all important?
Yeah,
that's the frustrating part.
I think that is the frustrating part as well. But yeah.
So what do you think, Logan? Full-time job, like 9 to 5, you wake up and you go to an office, or lots of different little side things and you have your own kind of schedule?
Freedom and...
Well,
or you don't know yet?
It depends what you're looking for. If you're looking for constant, like, income that will always...
like a reliable
income,
like
always reliable, then you would go for the 9 to 5. But if you're looking to, like...
Have a variety and get more from one thing and then maybe less from another thing, and it might work out, then you would go for the side hustles. Do you think the side hustles make less money? Like, do you think me as a teacher makes more money than me selling jewelry and clothes and having affiliate links like that? Or do you not know the difference?
I don't know the difference.
What do you think? What do you think, though, if I told you?
Oh,
or if you had to pick?
I would think that they make around the same amount of money.
See? There you go.
That's interesting. Well, on that thought and on that note, that is going to round out this episode of the 5 Squad. So,
Thanks
Logan,
for being with us,
Logan,
Logan.
Thoughts? How was it for you?
It was nice.
It was nice. Well,
I thought he was going to say it was amazing because that's his favorite word.
We will have you on again for sure in the future.
Thank you.
Don't rub this in Callie and Christian's face.
We hope that you want to come back. Yeah, no, one day we're going to have all of y'all in here.
I know, but I'm saying he doesn't need to go and rub it in their face like, look what I did when you were gone.
Oh, yeah. Well, with that, guys, that is going to close out episode 6. We appreciate everybody out there that watched, and we hope that you will stick around next week, where we are going to be quitting that 9 to 5 and jumping into that side hustle and making it the main hustle. So, thanks for watching.